Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's live stream. Yeah, I'm really excited for today. We're gonna continue our work on that wonderful wizard kitty that we have been doing these crazy special effects for that were a lot of fun to make. And yeah, we're gonna see it a little more through today. We're gonna make some progress on this, hopefully. And yeah, hello Hilly, nice to see you. How are you doing? Let's zoom in here and watch what we have so far. Oh yeah, I really like how the special effects developed. I really like how this is coming together. Yeah, I always have so much fun with these special effects. That was a crazy stream with a lot of cool suggestions. I especially like that rotation that we put in there before that big ball. Yeah, happens here. That was a great suggestion from someone in stream. I love that special effect so much. So I thought today a good chunk to do would be the milk bottle that the character is creating here in this magical ball. Let's see what we had on the scribble layer. So on the scribble layer we had hello Sri Harry. Hey Hilly. I need to do some work later today. Yeah. That's the thing with work and projects, they have to be done. I also kind of have a freelancing project now that I could work more on, a super secret thing that I'm not allowed to work on stream for, which I'm a little bit annoyed to because I want to present more real world projects on stream, but unfortunately the client didn't allow it this time. Okay, so the initial plan was to make a milk carton here. I think I do want to go for a milk bottle though, because I feel like a milk bottle, I don't know, that has this, feels more like magic. I feel like, you know, wizards and alchemists, they work more with like glass bottles in their laboratory. So I think I want to do that classic milk bottle. Maybe. I mean, there's also this milk can, which I think I've never seen in real life, like these metal milk cans. Like, I mean, I probably have seen one at some point in my life, but I never got milk in one of these. So I don't know, like let's see, milk bottle. Today's inspiration for milk bottle, Google Images. Oh yeah, not for a kid. Like, oh yeah, in America they have these canisters, which I think they're kind of ugly. No, our wizard doesn't. Our wizard has like this classic milk bottle. Okay. Trying to really get that shape. So I think we're gonna use a new layer. And on that layer, we're gonna do the keyframes first, I think. So, yeah, let's see. We have these two special effects in which we're gonna sandwich the glass, the bottle is going to be in between those two special effect layers. So let's create a new vector level here. There we go. And let's go backwards. Let's start with the bottle already being here. Let's make sure we're going to place it in the middle of the special effect. Like, yeah. I think this is a good place to scribble our bottle in and see how this is finding its place in the special effect. So we have Hilly says, I'm not sure I'd immediately read milk from a bottle. That could be a bottle of anything. Yeah, but I mean, the liquid that's gonna come out of it is gonna be white. So you think milk bottles are out of style? We need to bring milk bottles back. I know that in elementary school we had like a break during which we could get drinks and stuff from like a little kiosk. It wasn't actually the kiosk. I think it was the janitor. The janitor always also had to do like the lunch break stuff that we could buy, and we could buy these like chocolate milk, strawberry milk, and vanilla milk in glass bottles. That was kind of cool. So, I don't know. So maybe this is all just a throwback to my childhood. Processing how I miss the elementary school milk. Okay, so I need to change my brush settings a little bit here. I feel like this is not quite working out. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the glass bottle. I'm just gonna make it nicer. So let's look at the brush settings. What the is going on here? Oh, do we have somebody saying hello on Twitch? I need to make sure that I also see people on Twitch coming in. So let's put the smoothing a little bit lower and try to nail down the shape. Shall we go back to the milk carton? Maybe we should construct this more. Have the floor of the bottle. I feel like something is up with my drawing tablet. I need to look at some settings again, I feel like. Okay, let's go for the milk carton, I guess. Maybe that's easier. It looks like I had an easier time in the scribbles. Okay, so it's gonna end up I think the position that I ultimately want this to stop in is a position with the opening kind of like this. Now, is it a milk carton that you have to open, like unfold it, or does it have like a top here? Or is it one with a flat top? Like this. I feel like I've seen a lot of those lately. Companies might be switching to this design because it's easier to produce or something. I don't know. Yeah, animation is also research. And the crazy thing we have to research for our animations. You won't believe it. I feel like this is going to be a lot easier to animate like that. Let's make sure at least our keyframe is nice. We can get a little bit more messy when we do like in-betweens, but I feel like the keyframe should be kind of tidy. Should be kind of nice. Yeah, Tom doing art. I remember those milk jugs from my trip. They were so odd to me. Like they had this like feeling of like car fuel canisters to me. Like, that same charm. I mean, that would also be... I like that it clashes a little bit. That is this fantasy kitty, but it like, you know, the packaging of the milk is very modern. I like it when things kind of clash for a joke. That's kind of cool. We could make our life a lot harder by like putting something on the box. Like there could be like a cow or something on the box. Do we want to do this? I think we're gonna do it last. Like we can always map that cow on there. By the way, a way to do this much easier would actually be to, you know, go into a 3D software and have like a actual 3D object come to be. But yeah, we're not gonna do that today because I want to torture myself a little bit. No, it's actually a really good exercise to animate a 3D shape like this, and I feel like I haven't done it in a while. Okay, so this is kind of what we're gonna end up in. This is like when the carton is fully formed. Ah, Tom doing art. That's a good suggestion. Just a cow pattern, the black and white patches. Yeah, that could be a lot easier to animate than an entire cow on the packaging. Really good point. Okay. All right. So I guess the next beat would be the I mean, if we're really gonna go like for the big landmarks, I think the next thing we need to define is how the milk is being poured. So let's do that. I think, what was it again? Shift D in OpenToonz. Control D? Alt D? Alt D to get a new one. I was doing a class yesterday in Animate, and I tried to remember all the Adobe Animate shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. It's so crazy when you mix programs. I also have a lot of stuff in Moho right now, and I'm like, my brain is just so confused between all the different keyboard shortcuts. Okay, let's see how much perspective foreshortening we can get away with. The vector smoothing of OpenToonz kinda ruining our shapes a little bit sometimes. Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. That works well. Again, let's make it a little nicer, because, you know, important key pose and blah, blah, blah. So where is Where is my... Yeah, I probably need to play around with the accuracy settings a little more, but I also wanna be a bit more confident with my lines. So I don't know. I kind of wanna practice making some better lines. There we go. I like that little dent in the back. Does it feel like there's a little bit of pressure on it? Yeah, I mean, I think we should set the accuracy. So for making the circle more circly, the accuracy setting should be higher. Yeah, that works. No, it doesn't. Hey, come on. I have accuracy to almost 100%. Yeah. Now it's doing my circles how I want them, but it's probably setting way too many points. I just need to make better lines. Sumant is popping in for a hot second, but already has to go. Yeah, it's late where you are. I know. My apologies. Sleep well, but nice to see you, even if it's briefly. Good tip from Tom doing art. Use the tape tool to close shapes for good fills. Yeah, I know about the tape tool. I should probably use it more. You're absolutely right. Use the oval shape instead of freehand. Yeah, we can always cheat, can't we? Of course. Yeah, that's also an option. You know what? Let's add a little bit of like a 3D point here. A 3D side of the opening. Okay, and then I think we spent quite enough time with this. There we go. That's how I want it. Okay. Let's try to rotate it a little bit. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger because, you know, perspective, it's now in front. So I guess it could be a little bigger. Yeah, I think I like that as a goal for the pour. So how about when he goes down for the anticipation, it already starts screwing off like the top. The top's coming off from it. Let's maybe make it a little bit bigger so to make clear that there is a top on this thing. So here we would probably hit a pose, Alt D. Do we want to make things a little bit harder and do some things with perspective? Yeah, let's not go the easy route. Let's have the milk carton go a little up, and that way we get a little bit of a perspective shift. right. I think that's sufficient. Yeah. Made it a little slimmer up here. For the length, let's place it here to make sure that our length stays the same. Down here, the perspective shift is not quite as large. Kinda interesting to see how the lines behave on 100% accuracy. I think I do like that more, I gotta say. Okay, and we have the lid popping off. Let's try it with a straight line off first. Hi, Space Girl. Nice to see you. Hi, Vivek. How are you all doing today? So, let's bring this whole thing up. Maybe rotate it a little, because magic is a bit imprecise. Whoop. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be nice. We kind of didn't do much already, but let's get rid of the scribble layers. There we go. And see. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. We have our whole special effects, and then there's the milk. Good. Okay. So next, I really like to define my breakdowns. I think we're gonna do. I think we're not gonna have overshoots and anticipations. I think I want this to be. Well, you know what's missing from the scribble? We had a little bit of a 3D rotation. That I think I still want to have. I still want to do that. I still want to make my life a little bit harder. So let's see how do we best insert a couple frames here. So let's have the rotation frame, the extreme of the rotation. And I think the extreme of the rotation is gonna be that this rotated so it's all the way on the other side. So maybe let's do this backwards. Let's have. There's this middle moment. There's this middle moment where this is gonna be like this. Okay. So this is the corner with the top on it. Oh boy. This wouldn't have been a difficult milk carton to model. Okay. Alright, so perspective-wise, this is probably gonna be a little more skinny. Like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna ease into that position over there. Which means this can be a little bit further up because it's gonna ease into there. Let's repair that shape a little bit. Okay. All right, and here we're gonna have. Do I already do eases? No. We're not gonna do eases. We're gonna do. We're gonna do the reverse one where the. I think it needs to be over here. We're gonna take the one where the milk carton is switched so far that it took this position again, but now with the opening over here. So the opening, the top is what's really gonna sell the perspective here. So for the rest of the shape, we basically gonna trace the rest from the previous frame that we had. And then we have it appear there. And here we're gonna have the ease. Let's just do the ease. Why not? We have that 3D rotation of the milk carton, and it's gonna end. It's gonna end in an ease. Let's say we have 2 ease frames. We have one exactly in the middle. So the milk top is here. Let's get rid of this special effect layer. There. So this one, this ease frame, we're using the halving method, which means we always halve our distances. This is the first time that we halve our distances, and we can really well see that at the top here. And also at the corner, like this corner is gonna turn into, oh yeah, this corner is gonna turn into this corner here. That's how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna have it rotate also halfway between those corners. And gonna have some tweaks here, like this. Yeah. The thing with these foreshortenings, they sometimes aren't like perspectively exactly in the middle, because, you know, as something is in front of another thing, it has more like a curve that it comes forward with, kind of like, you know, if you look from the top, we kind of have like this perfect curve where this is exactly in the middle. This is how it is from the top, but from the side it's more. So we have this, and as this is turning forward, it's a little bit more like that because it's in front of it three-dimensionally, like this. This is that arrow. It's a lot flatter, you know. From this we really see the curve, and this arrow is almost completely flat, and the midpoint, you know, midpoint is here, the midpoint is more like here. It's not exactly in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. The C. Thank you, Tom, doing art. The C key opens the point edit tool. As I said, I really have to get used to the OpenToonz keyboard shortcuts again. But yeah, this is one of my favorite tools. Contour point editor tool. To really tweak the points. All right. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. It's great that you can join. What is going on here? I somehow made an extra line. All right. Yeah, I think that is a acceptable perspective. There we go. Hello, Carla. And again, this is halfway here, halfway. Wait, actually, that's the wrong way. We're rotating in this direction, of course. So this is the middle line coming in here. And yeah, this is more of how the shift's gonna go. Yeah, okay, so flipping reveals that this reads as kind of quite some ways away. And we do need an in-between from this one to that one, because you kind of don't understand how that motion happens. So let's do that first. Let's go from this one to that one. And I think the most important thing is the introduction of that line. That line needs to come in. And of course it comes from here. Let's put it in the middle. Let's do the box shape first to see if we can make that work. At the top. Let's focus on the top. Okay, so this corner becomes that corner. No, this corner becomes that corner. So if we go in the middle, this is where that corner is going to go. This corner becomes that corner. And this is rotating forward. Am I turning this in the right direction? I might not be turning this in the right direction. So it comes from here, goes to the front view. Yeah, I'm not turning it the right direction. This line needs to go here. That makes more sense. Okay, so this point is here. Now that's gonna work. This point is there. This point is here. And this was the mistake. This point goes there. So the middle is here. Now this is working. Ah. Maria says, confusion in direction is a sign of genius. I surely hope so. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's flip through it. Whoop. Yeah. This is 3D-ish. You know, turning things three-dimensionally. Whose idea was this? I'm just saying, if this would be a glass bottle, this would be a lot easier, because the only way to tell that the glass bottle is moving is the label on the glass, because the shape of the glass bottle would stay the same. But you know, we don't want to do things too easy here. And I have to say, I do really love flourishes like this. I do really love taking the time to make something 3D in 2D animation. I feel like that makes it so much more Like you could touch it, right? One, two. One, two. Let's make it so you people can actually see the timeline. That would maybe explain some of the flipping that I'm doing sometimes here. When you can see the timeline as well. So, next in between. Okay. Again, we're gonna go exactly in the middle, but our spacings are now getting halved. You can't tell so much for the top, because the toplet behaves a little bit strangely. But we're really gonna see it, I hope, in the center line. I might turn this into a tutorial, which with a lot more clear instructions, a lot more cleanly done. I obviously have to work on this a little bit, but I think this is an excellent exercise, especially for beginners. To really get three-dimensionality straight. Well, the motion is already kind of getting subtle in the back end here. Yeah, next time I should probably just design the corner points first. I think that will make it a lot more clear. But that's, you know, why I'm doing this on live stream and not just recording a tutorial immediately, because sometimes you need to do a thing one time before you can discover the optimized workflow. I feel like after doing a thing once, it gets so much easier to do it a second time. Like almost always I want to start over when I did something, because I feel like, oh, now I know how this is supposed to go. Yeah, okay. Not perfect, but it was working much better. Let's do our ease here to really have the lid arrive. Very gently in its final position. It's a bit wonky, but I think you can still see the perspective sufficiently enough. Hey Carlos! Nice to see you! Well, I think teaching is probably too much to tell it that for today. I'm learning on stream how to do this perspective thing, and hopefully I can make some more concise teaching for it soon. But yeah, great to see you here on stream. Nice to see you. Okay, so the corner coming in. Corner coming in there. Alright. I definitely work on leveling my skill. Leveling up my skill for drawing rotating boxes. Yeah. Almost. You know what? We need to drag out that corner here. This one. So that we can have... Let's use the contour editor. So that we can have a real... Like this triangle, I think, is important for the rotation. We want to ease into that. And we want to have the rest be like an arc here. The corner points need to be on an arc. Of course they do. It's arcs, always arcs. Yeah. That's gonna be better. And now we can more clearly see the top lid settling here in the corner. Here. And there. And then it gets more and more flat towards here. Yeah, this is a nice rotation that we have now. So let's see if we save this. Yeah! I think this is a lot better than it was just a moment ago. It flickers a bit because of the uneven line widths, but I think I'm not gonna bother with that. Just a little bit of a cleanup here. Let's get rid of the protruding lines with that wonderful segment eraser. Ah, I love segment erasers in Vector. Just getting rid of the protruding lines. Okay. Yeah, Tom doing art, standardize the line width. I should probably make it a little less pressure sensitive. That is a good point. Oh, you mean like in post? Yeah, select the lines. Yeah, we could do that. Shall we try how that's gonna look? Okay, select tool. Line thickness of 3. Ah, that's a little bit too much. Line thickness of 2. Feel like that. Oh, yeah, and this I wanted to remove. This is a bit too thick. But I feel like it does kind of keep, yeah, it does keep the pressure sensitivity, which I do appreciate that we have that in there a little bit. If I do Control A, for some reason it doesn't show the thickness. So I'm going to use the lasso for now. I think the... Ah! I mean, yeah, we could get rid of the variable line. I think for the perspective thing that would be better, maybe. That's a good idea. Set the thickness to 0 and then the final number. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So 0 and then 2. Yes. I think then we should do like 1.5 or something. 1.5. Oh, with the dot, I guess. 1.5. Yeah. Yeah, let's try that. So we don't have that wiggle to mess up our animation. Oh, 0. 1.5. 0. 1.5. And before we draw the next thing, we need to keep in mind to make the pressure sensitivity, the thicker and thinner lines, a lot less extreme. Okay, so 0, 1.5. The drag icon appears in the lower right of the selection. Oh, this one? Yeah, that's the inflate tool, right? Whoop, whoop. .5. So if I click on the lower triangle, drag the icon. Yeah, okay, to remove the variability, and then I can put it in. Hello, Chiziapo. How are you doing today? Okay, so 0, 1.5. Okay, now we've done the last one. There's a stray line here. Okay, those lines were probably very, very thin, so we didn't see them before. Okay, there we go. Ah, I think this is as good as it's going to get today. Ooh. So nice and 3D. Now let's see it in combination with the special effects. This one, and this one, I think. Ah. Was it worth all this work? Yes. It was totally worth it. Oh boy. Yeah. I think that's good. All right. Okay, so the next motion, let's do that a little bit smarter. Let's track the corner points a little more carefully this time. You know what? Halving method serves us well. So this is going to be 1/2. This is going to be 1/2. Oh my god, my brain. Let's just move around frames later and see how it's gonna fit. So the first halving is gonna be our breakdown, obviously. I mean, this time it's much easier to track corner points. So this is the outer corner. This is that corner here. This is that back corner. And we have a little bit of a delay here of the top popping off. Oh, I didn't adjust my brush settings. Let's do that first. So let's put the minimum on 1.0 and the maximum on 1.5 or 1.6, because I sometimes do press kind of lightly. Okay, so here the lid is popping off. I do have this little stray outlier when I begin drawing lines. I always have this little nib here, and I feel like this is unfortunately my drawing tablet getting old or something. Yeah, Tom doing art, that's a great philosophy. The extra work is part of learning for the next time, where it may really matter more. That is true. We can probably now animate a perspective scene where that, you know, might be the vital key of the scene a lot better because of that milk carton. Okay, let's pull that down a little bit. Then, of course, that corner is here, that corner is there. And then we have the lines leading up to it, down from it. Yeah. Sometimes Windows Ink versus Windows Tabs give you little things like that. Yeah, I need to take some time to really investigate the Wacom settings. I have to say I haven't looked at them in a while. The pen nips looks quite okay still, I think. We're gonna try a replacement. The actual problem is my pen. My pen is starting to fall. Like, it comes loose sometimes. Which I don't think that's good. So at some point I'm gonna have to buy a new Wacom pen. But I think those things are a little bit expensive, so I'm holding off on it. Especially because I think this is the second time that this happened to me. Oh boy, okay. So, we're gonna put in another frame on the way up. This time we're gonna halve this distance here to have the ease. Healy says, at least it still works. For the most part. Yeah, I guess that for the most part could become a problem eventually. So halving that distance here. And having the top come off. Let's halve the distance of the top again. Well, not really half. I'm gonna draw really close. And here we're gonna have a little bit of an overlap for the cap. I kind of like that the motion starts without without an ease, but I guess it should have at least a little bit of an ease. Adhesive to hold the pen together. Yeah, maybe that would make sense. Yeah, no, I think what ultimately caused it to really fall apart is because I think I don't know. I think it wasn't while drawing, but something was up with the button at some point, like the button didn't click through. And then I don't know if I took it apart or something, but yeah, I think I took it apart, even like watching a YouTube thing on how to do it, but I think so I broke it basically. Okay, yeah, I think this is working to our satisfaction. Gonna have the ease down here as well. And the classic middle here. I do have the pen for a long time. Like I think both my Cintiq and my tablet, they're already like years old. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, warranty is expired and they're kind of beyond their support time. Okay, so we're gonna need a little bit of an overlap for the top of the where is it? Let's just copy that frame with a D. And be a little bit lazy. Yeah. Hey, stop playing. Okay. Maybe we can have a 2-frame ease. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And I like the sudden start, that we don't have an ease there. That makes it a little weird, but it feels like the right kind of magic weird. So that works. Oh, the very alt Wacom pens. Yeah, Tom doing out. I know exactly which ones you mean. The rubber coating and it gets sticky. Yeah, I had that too on my first on my first Wacom pens. Pen is cheaper to replace than the tablet. That makes sense. That makes sense. I think I really also do still have my very first Wacom tablets. They just became a little scratched after a while. I was definitely even less careless way back when. Okay, so let's do that whole thing over again with the halving. We're gonna halve this distance by putting in the breakdown. Alt D. Okay, now we really wanna hit a little bit of an arc here. Although the perspective makes the arc kind of flat. That's okay. I feel like I want a little bit more of pressure sensitivity. So if this is the full expanded one, I want the way down to be like maybe like this. Two-thirds of it, I guess. I guess the curve goes for these points as well. Let's see. Got a bunch of points to remove here to be a little more clean. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that could work as a good midpoint. I really don't want to give in and do my oval shape here with the oval tool. I want to get closer with each circle that I draw to the perfect circle that I will hopefully be one day able to draw. Okay. I think I do want it to be a bit more. Yeah, that is better, I think. Yeah, multi-select of points. I think I need to make this a habit. Yeah, okay, I need to make this a habit too when I'm in the contour point tool to select multiple. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, Tom doing art, but I do want the wobble a little bit, It doesn't always have to be perfect, you know. I want a little bit of the charm. But yeah, you're of course absolutely right. The mathematical correct circle would only have 4 edge points. But you know, a little bit of handmade, I think, can really show through. That's totally okay. Okay, again, we are halving things. This time we have this distance here to make the start. And you know what? I'm not gonna go like perfect half. I'm gonna have it a little bit towards the starting to make the ease a little bit stronger. Ah, this is a good circle. Isn't this a good circle? I'm happy with this circle. I say I'm happy with the circle as I start tweaking again. Okay. Copy and paste that circle. Yeah, we need to frame it. We need to put it away on an extra layer. And always, if we need a circle, we're gonna get it from there. Now I'm getting in trouble here because I'm not using the precise middle. This makes it kinda a bit more difficult to construct all of these things here. Feel like we lost some volume here. Okay. Yeah, I think skewing alone is not gonna get the perspective effect. It can help to get the points there, ballpark, definitely. I've done it a couple of times. I've done, like, I don't think in OpenToonz, but I have used skewing to construct perspective. And you know, of course, also if we're going to reduce all the points and we only have two we only have the edge points, then of course this also gets a little easier to hit everything just right. Yeah, definitely it could be constructed a lot more careful. Stories RF, the lines are, the red and green lines we see are the onion skin. And these are the different frames from before and after. You get the onion skin in OpenToonz by double-clicking that bobble here. When you double-click that, you can define how many drawings you can see back and forward, and that helps you to create your animation like that. Because then you can see the previous and the next drawings shining through. And for constructing things like this, it makes it a lot easier. How do I do a skew in OpenToonz? Skew if you need it, and delete the hidden lines. Skew and scale, moving in select mode. Select mode to handle the full. Control click this. Okay. Control click. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay, this is helpful. Definitely. Alright. Oh, that is a lot easier than in most software I know. That's a really good skew. That is really handy. Okay. All right. Stories RF is new to animation. Always know how to draw, but I'm limited to flip a clip on my iPad Pro. I mean, that's not a bad tool to start with. And you know, the animation principles, the rules of animation are the same on every device that you're gonna animate with, and every software that you're gonna use. So yeah, get started with flip a clip and then see what you can do with it. And if you're missing anything, if you want to move to software with like different capabilities and different tools, you can always switch. But yeah, start with whatever you have. That's a good thing. And yeah, if you look for animations to start with, on Animator Island we have the 51 animation exercises, which is not a tutorial, it's just a list of 51 like prompts, ideas on what to animate. And when you make it through the list, you will have animated easy things and hard things, and there are a lot of people trying to do all 51. And some amazing results that you can see when you look for the hashtag 51 animation exercises. We do have on this YouTube channel, we have some 2D animation tutorials that you might want to check out about like timing and spacing and the basics of that. Let me show you the link. You could go to animatorisland.com/2D to get started with our 2D animation course. Okay, so we have a nice ease out, starting that motion. Okay. Now we need to do the same halving and easing. We're gonna halve this distance again. Gonna go exactly in the middle. Alt D, Alt D. Okay, so exactly in the middle. And obviously we could copy, at this point we could copy frames that we've already drawn to make things easier. But we kind of started this animation with line wiggles. So to keep the spirit of the wiggle, we're gonna move on like that, redrawing almost every frame. Okay, that opening needs to be a little bigger. I really need to make a tutorial at some point for like flipper clip and stuff. I really wanted to look more into the mobile animation stuff, but it really, like, my problem is I would like to have an iPad Pro, but I don't at the moment. But you know, eventually, and then we can hopefully make more tutorials. And actually, didn't JK get an iPad Pro and made like a video about how he wants to do like a series about it? I should ask him how that is going for him, how he's liking the iPad. And yeah, he might have some tips and tricks for us that he might want to share. There we go. I think he also tried flipper clip. Not perfect, but I think we are landing on a good enough here. Yeah, that line wiggle trick. I use that in Moho sometimes because, you know, in Moho you don't have you don't generally redraw frames. You just edit the vector points. Here, I'm gonna put it on screen. What Tom Doing Art is talking about. When you use vectors, you also have the option to change the brush in post, so you can have a wiggle-shaped line laid over a clean drawing. You can also have several versions of the brush, so on alternate frames, change the brush and the lines will wiggle. That's a really good tip. I've used it a couple of times in different software. Moho has such a function already built in, and yeah, that's definitely a good trick, especially if you construct every single vector shape. I once was at a project like the Patchwork Pals project for Studio Film Builder, where we weren't drawing the shapes, we were constructing them point by point by point, which gave us these gorgeous smooth lines. Yeah, to reintroduce some more wiggle, you kind of have to do that in post then. I don't think we ended up using it in the end. I think the lines always stayed like super smooth. That was a crazy project, Patchwork Pals. Where, you know, all the assets that we did, it was a mix between like replacement and very light rigging, and all the assets were drawn first on paper, scanned, and then we traced them point by point in a vector software in Toon Boom Harmony. Yeah, put all kinds of like Patchwork Pals, the characters were made from like cloth patches. So the brush that we used, that we put on top of these lines, had like, as if this was like made from a sewing machine. And yeah, vector is really cool because you can, you know, just put a stitching brush on top of it, and then you have something that looks like it's a stitched patch. That was really cool. Oh yeah, and FX in OpenToonz to wiggle the lines. Yeah. That's similar to what I would do in Moho if I constructed the perfect lines. Really good point. I think it's going quite well, our animation here. I really like it. We need to think about what to do with that top of the lid here. I think I want to keep it up there for one frame to really sell that overlap, to have that react later. Where's the correct layer? Here? This one? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna copy that lid here, and then we're gonna have it. Let's go straight ahead. Why not? All this planning today. And maybe it rotates. And while it rotates, it fades into thin air and is gone. Maybe this is a bit too distracting. Yeah, I think it's too distracting. How could we get rid of it quicker? Let's just have it vanish like this. Becomes a line. Or it just pops. Yeah, Maria, that's a good suggestion too. Oh, I'm undoing lines from here. Let's try a star pop. Just going outwards in lines. And maybe that's already enough. Yeah. Plop. That's kind of cute. I love the amount of detail that we're putting in this thing. Maria says, now Wizard Kitty has to drink all the milk because they can't cover it anymore. Don't they have in hotels, they sometimes have these small milk cartons? Shall we do it over again with a smaller milk carton? He could make it pop into existence again. Like, it's just such a... Like, why pop it out of existence and then back into its existence again to screw it on? But we could pop the whole milk carton after it's done pouring. To have, like, some kind of, like, a consistent magic. Yeah, we have some deep magic lore here in this world. In Wizard Kitty world. Nice. Nice. I think it's developing in a good direction. Ah, Tom doing art. That's a good suggestion to crumple up into a ball and then disappear. Yeah, why not add another extra step? Yeah. This animation will never be finished, I feel like. Alright. Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, in case you don't know, we have a Patreon where you can support us on patreon.com/animatorisland. Yeah, if I appreciate any membership there. It really helps me to make more content, more live streams. Yeah, I do have plans for a lot more tutorials that I want to make. Not sure how quickly I can act on them, but a lot more is planned. And yeah, if you like what I'm doing, if you benefit from my tutorials, please consider maybe sending over some money. It really helps a lot, and the support is really appreciated. We also have the group mentoring over on Patreon. If you join in the group mentoring tier, you can join a super secret, exclusive monthly group mentoring session where you can bring whatever you're currently working on. That could be an animatic for an animation, it could be just a character design or a story idea or a concept. It could be a finished animation, and I will talk about it, give you advice, pointers, tips and tricks, draw over it, annotate it, and help to improve it and sharpen your skills. So if that sounds interesting to you, please check out our group mentoring on animatorisland.com/group mentoring to get input on how to improve your art and animation every single month. Oh, Maria, that's nice to hear. Maria joined the Patreon this month. Thank you so very much. And yeah, I already sent you a little bit of feedback for your animatic. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm glad that it's helpful. And yeah, really exciting times. I really enjoy these group mentoring sessions a lot, and the amazing work that the people are doing there. It's really nice to see, and we have a nice little community there every month. Yeah, so this live stream, once again, as always, was a lot of fun. I'm so happy for all these people showing up. Let's watch our animation one more time here. It's really, really coming together now. And I like that we take our time. Oh, OpenToonz, why are you doing your autosave now? I'm happy about your autosaving, but not right now. Come on. Okay, so yeah, let's watch our animation one more time. I'm so happy we spent so much time on these unnecessary special effects and 3D rotations. It's really gonna be a fun little animation. But I mean, I'm starting to want to be done with this, so I hope it's only gonna take like 2 or 3 sessions more. I want to have some fun with like the special effects to put like some glow in it. I've never really used the FX in OpenToonz much, but I think we could play around with this a little bit and have like some nice glowy layers. We need to give that a try. Yeah, and with that, I'm afraid I have to go for today. Thank you all so very much for watching, for being so active in the chat. It's always a great pleasure to have such an awesome community. I'm always looking forward to the next live stream with you all. It's really one of the highlights of my week, really. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well, and keep on animating, do your passion projects, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.